She's an icon, she's a legend, and she is the moment. Now come on now.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to day 28 of our 31 days to internal satisfaction healing journey, sis. It is your favorite host, Coach China T, also known as Arthur China T. And I'm going to say this loud for the folks in the back. I hope y'all been grabbing y'all copies of my books and not letting my voice fall on deaf ears. That's what I've been feeling like throughout this entire series. Because one thing about it, them views have been low. They've been low. And now y'all ain't picking up the tools to help y'all heal either. I get it, sis. Some of y'all just not ready to heal. Victims, y'all love that victim stuff. So stay over there. And some of y'all think the next man finna come in and help you fix it all. Like he gonna heal you. But today, we're about to check the folks that you call friends because they are very indicative of where you are in your life. Now, I'm not going into the reminders today. I've did that through enough of this series. Y'all already know the books. You know the journal. You know the tools that you need. So I'm going to go straight into my content today because, unfortunately, unlike a lot of y'all, I want to get back to my life outside. My life is not comprised of being in the house, waiting for something to change. I'm going back. I've been outside. I've been having a ball. Feminine energy is still winning in all categories. Just because you don't know how to make it work for you doesn't mean it's not working for me. I know how to heal. And so much so, the reason why I preach it to y'all is because y'all don't know. And I don't come to y'all and tell y'all. But a few weeks back, I had a rift that I had to heal. I found myself crying more than I was smiling. That's the first observation. That I know that I was getting ready to go downhill on a downward spiral. So I checked my emotions as the couple of weeks went by, and I noticed more sadness about certain things. And then it just got really, really bad, and I had said, you know what? Because the negative thinking, this was what happens in trauma. The negative thinking enters, and there you go, the shoulda, woulda, couldas that you wasn't gonna be able to change. But because you're so hurt and wounded right now, that's not even coming to the light. You can't even make sense of that. So I got tired of crying. I got tired of being sad. Whether y'all realize it and saw it through the videos or not, I got tired. And I said, let me go get me a therapist. Because I have my own, okay? This is why I preach healing to y'all, because I know the quality of life you can get when it's completely healed. And whatever was bothering you has been obliterated. So, got back in therapy. And it's been going great. And before I got there, because when you have to be completely honest with yourself, self-evaluation, this is where you're going to know exactly why the healing is missing you. Like somebody, like bullets dodging, going past you, and now it's not directly hitting you. You're going to know. Once I started back therapy, got clarity. Before I started, though, I sat on the porch, and I had tried to piece together everything that had transpired that was making me feel a ways or was bringing me sadness. I started piecing together the events, the commonalities, the similarities, connecting the dots to see exactly how we got this one big picture of sadness. And then it hit me. As much as I had wanted to make myself believe that I was over my marriage and divorce, it was still affecting me. It was affecting me in a way that now I had started moving speed of lightning with these guys, trying to get them to the next step, which is marriage. Because it wasn't about the marriage. This is what, see, because y'all will get that and surface level and you'll feel like, okay, she quashed it. It's not. That was the surface level, the marriage. The real issue underneath that was the title, and not the title of wife, the title of mom. See, that's always been a missing part of my life. And now that I physically know that I have the fibroids now, and knowing that it probably won't be possible for me to be able to have children because these things, I had that fibroid removed and the thing done grew back. They grow back rapidly. So the next step, the doctor who told me when he removed my fibroids, if he would have took out all my fibroids, he would have had to take out my entire uterus. I would have had to have a hysterectomy. The title of mom completely goes away. It's not even possible. Adoption, yeah. A mom wants to mother her own children, ones that's created within her. So I can go out and love other people's kids, but that costs a lot of money, take a lot of time, and it goes through a whole lot, way more than if a person gets pregnant and have their own child. That's why adoptions are not as often and common as they are, because it is not like that. They take you through too much. You got to go through too many different things, and you got to have money to go through all of it. And unfortunately, my money, is just not made for that. Like, I want to have a quality of life. I want to be a mom, but I don't want to be a mom so much where it trumps me from having a life, because now I got to put all my money into these adoptions, and then I still don't know how long that process takes. That's not a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Okay, so with that being said, I had to figure that out. These are things that you have to figure out in your healing when you do a self-evaluation. This is why I'm preaching healing to y'all. So once I figured that out and I talked to my therapist and we connected those dots, it was in fact the title. But now my homework was to find, if plan A was to be a wife and that fell through because I'm divorced, what is plan B through Z? And see, that's where I dropped the ball. I did not have a B through Z. I knew I wasn't a mom, but I knew I was no longer a wife. I never planned for after I wasn't a wife, because I didn't have the title of mom, but I replaced that title with wife, a title that a lot of women won't get. But a lot of those women who won't get wife are moms. So me felt bigger than those ladies because I got the title of wife. But it added to more trauma, just sitting and festering and growing until this snowball out of control, and I had to go back to counseling. So you can keep ignoring the counseling if you want to, sis. I don't care. I tried to ignore mine too, and I tried to put men on top of it, and I tried to move past it, and it doesn't happen like that. No, celibacy would have not helped me. Abstinence wouldn't have helped me neither, because I did not have clarity. See, you all choose abstinence and celibacy because you're thinking that's the way to go. You don't even have a real reason why you chose that. The only reason why you chose those extreme decisions is because you felt like, I'm no longer giving up my body because the men don't like me like I like them. You ain't say, I'm no longer giving up my body because giving up my body has taken so much from me. I want to put back in me what giving up my body took from me, so I can attract the right person who is in that same energy where they no longer want to give their body without a covenant. That's not where y'all go when y'all go abstinence and celibate. You do it because you got your heart broke. Your coochie got wet, your heart was broke, and your pockets was empty. That's why you went celibate, and that's why you abstinent. I know. You can deny it all you want to. That don't mean you healed. You still need to go do the healing. Now let's get real, sis. Real friendships will walk through the hell with you and hand you a cold bottle of water while you in it. When your darkest moments, that one friend you can't wait to call, it's like a healing balm by itself. That one true person that's gonna tell you, sis, go sit down and heal. You fucking up. You doing too much. But only true friends bring peace, and the only true friends will speak honesty into your life. They're the only ones who create safe spaces. They're the only ones who gonna hold your secrets and won't weaponize them against you when you fall out. Grab your copy of 31 Days to Internal Satisfaction and turn to day 28. Friendships serve as a useful tool while healing. With the right friendship, you're able to talk through your grievances to ultimately find a resolution. Or maybe you just want to divulge your secrets and darkest moments to another set of ears that doesn't judge you negatively. Either way, true friendships create great times and great memories that aid in the healing processes. Even in your darkest moment, just the thought of that one friend that you can't wait to talk to provides a comfort of healing. You need true friends that will carry a bone only to bury it, empower you to stay on track, and hold you accountable for your actions or inactions without judgment. But this is the realest thing you're going to hear, sis. Your friendship circle is your mirror. Yes, ma'am. The people around you, what they do, what they entertain, when they won't call you out on stuff, all of that speaks to where you are in your healing. That's why y'all got toxic friends. You are toxic yourself, sis. You got chaotic friends, sis, you're still chaotic. You got lazy friends with no goals, sis, you're probably still lazy, making excuses too. And if every one of your friends is going through the same mess at the same time, or whatever, same cycles of bum dudes, toxic mess, and same out of control emotions up and down, then guess what, sis? Y'all are all stuck in that place and you're calling it a sisterhood. Hasn't worked thus far. So it's time for you to stop choosing those friends, befriend yourself, heal, and attract better friends. Let's be clear, there are different types of friends, and that's okay. So you can have a friend that's a vent buddy that you dump all your stuff onto. You should have a friend for the turn up, the brunches, the bottom of the mimosas, the clubbing. You should have a friend for play dates, school drama, things of that nature. And a travel friend that never flakes on you when it's time for you to take trips. But in every one of those friendships, sis, you better ask yourself, does that connection bring peace or does it add pressure? Because you can have a good time with someone and still be mentally drained afterwards. And some of y'all keep trauma bonds going, thinking it's real love. That's why you got those men. That's why you got those friends. A mirror of who you is, sis, because you are what you attract. The thing about it is, trauma bonds don't make her your soul sister, sis. That's the person you trauma dump because she never judges you, but she also never corrects you. That's not a real friend. That's somebody who is just playing the role because they themselves don't have options to have no other friends, and you are it. Now, when fallouts happen and friendships go left, trauma does follow. Because you'll sit around wondering, damn, why she told all my business like that? Or, I can't believe I was there for her when nobody else was there for her. I let her live with me. I helped her, and this is what I get. And now the person you helped, encouraged, lifted up out of their mess is the one dragging your name all up and through the streets, the mud. People sitting around talking about you to them, feeling too comfortable. You just trying to figure out what happened. Yeah, that pain cut deep because you expected better. And you got every right to feel betrayed, sis. But hear me out. Blame yourself. Because you should have asked yourself, why do I keep her around when I see the signs? Why did I ignore those red flags just like I do with the men I deal with? Because you saw the signs of your friends when she was doing petty stuff and sleeping with other people, men and all that. You saw those signs. So you knew she had it in her. You just thought you was going to be different. When you've been burned by friends, it's easy to build a wall, sis. And you'll say things like, I don't mess with females. I don't need no friends. I just stay to myself. A lot of us are like that. When we get to a certain age, a lot of us get like that. But here's the trap, sis. You weren't meant to heal alone. That wall you put up, it's not only protecting you, sis. It's also blocking those blessings. The hugs that you need, the calls, the shoulders to cry on, the reminders to love yourself, to stay on your purpose. That come from your friends, okay? The ones who are good friends. The gag is, sis, your wall that you built up, don't just keep people out. It also locks you in. And you locked in bitter, angry, not trusting yourself or nobody. That's how you want to live life? Locked in your walls? Don't want a man? Don't got no real friends? You think your kids love you? You're going to learn the hard way. Now, I want you to take a second and really ask yourself these questions based on your current friendships. Your day ones, the people who you were ready to go all out for. If you was evicted today, who could you live with and not be treated funny or ask for any money? If you were stranded at 3 o'clock in the morning, up to 200 miles away, who's going to get out their bed and come over there and get you? If you was hospitalized, who's going to come check on you without you calling to let them know that you're in the hospital? If you stop calling and texting everybody first, who is the first person that's going to notice that in your phone without thinking you acting funny? If you got locked out, who is coming to bail you out without talking about you to others? If you fell off track, who would notice and put you back on? If you couldn't name at least one person confidently for all 6 of those, baby, it's time for you to reassess your friendship roster. Because if they're not showing up for you, why are you still even dealing with them? Adding to your trauma, self-inflicted, and I keep telling y'all that. Are y'all ready for today's assignment? Find your quiet spot. Tune out all the noise and distraction. Sit down and close your eyes. Turn on your meditation music if you need to. Inhale deeply, filling your gut with air, counting 1/1000 5 times. And hold it. Now exhale slowly and start visualizing every friendship you've ever been in. Ask yourself, did that friend help me grow or did I feel stuck? Did that friend motivate me or did we mostly gossip and complain? Did that friend manifest with me and show up for me, hold me accountable? If you can't answer those questions honestly, then you need to reassess those friendships. Then you need to also now say out loud, I am her. My friends reflect my healing. I am healed. Therefore, I attract healed friendships. If you can't honestly believe that, sis, then stop right here and you're going to have to figure it out. But if you believe it, keep saying it over and over again. Because if you heal, you ain't got no business with talking to people in your life, sis. That's on period. Now we are 28 days in, sis. You've been peeled back so many layers, but do not stop now. It is 3 days left after this. Some of y'all healing, some of y'all still surrounded by mess. And some of y'all think that y'all been good and never even started because you still put a new man in place and thinking that you healed. But baby, if the heart's still blocked and your circle is still messy, you ain't healed, you're just distracted, sis. I told you to clear those distractions. It's time to stop thinking that you are the exception and start realizing that you've been the example of what happens when you don't heal. That changes today. Keep going, keep growing, and keep glowing. I'll see you for day 29.
Welcome to Chinatown. This is your host, Coach China T, who's also a known author. And as you can see here, I have several books that have been released and that are releasing over the next month and a half to 2 months. So make sure you head over to Amazon, get these ebooks. You can also get them in paperback at Lulu by clicking my website, china-t.com. Come follow me and learn more.